Hello everyone. Today I'm gonna to discuss about a new topic will be based on the flower. In this topic, we will understand the main parts of the flower. Okay, turn by turn. Um, Before that, the what is the work of the flower? I want to make you understand that the main work of the flower is to produce a fruit. Okay, so let us understand turn by turn. First, we will understand in this topic. Looking here, while looking here, we will know about the parts of the flower. After that we will discuss about the flowers part of the flower turn by turn. So look here, the first one is known as calyx, second is corolla, third is known as a androecium, and the fourth is known as a gynoecium. First of all, we will discuss these two, and after that these two. The first one is the calyx, the second one is known as a corolla, and the third one is known as androecium, and the fourth one is known as a gynoecium. So let us understand these two first by drawing a diagram. Okay, so see here. I'm gonna drawing a figure of a flower here. Look here. It might be not look well, but only to make you understand, I'm gonna drawing here. So this is the first of all we will understand these two parts. Okay, so again we can understand here like this, and this is one. So understand here, look here, this part first we will understand, move from downwards to upwards. Okay, so look here, this is known as a pedicel, or in other words we can say stems. What stem? So this is the stem, and where the all the forces of flowers occurs, that is known as thalamus. So let us understand these two parts. By catching the pedicel or the stem, we give someone, okay, the flowers, and where all the forces occurs, where all the forces, this one is known as a thalamus. And now we are going to moving for another things, that is this one is known as a sepal. This one of course known as a sepal, but you are looking when there is a group of the sepal, this one, okay, the green part. Sepals are always in a green part of the flower is always known as sepal, but when there is a group of the sepal, it will be called as a calyx. What? Calyx. So we can write here a group of sepal, a group of sepal is said to be calyx. When you see in the flower there is a calyx is always a green, and the main works of the calyx to protect the buds of the flower, so this is the calyx. And the first, and the now we are moving for the second part, that is known as a second part, where we are looking this one second. This is known as a petal. But like this, a sepal, there is a one turn by turn, there is a one two, so there is a main, so many sepals. So this one, a group of the sepal is no is said to be a calyx. So like this, a group of petal will be called as a corolla. So we can write the definition of the corolla: a group of petals, a group of petals petals is said to be corolla. So you are looking here, there maybe in the different kinds of the flower there will be different kinds of the colors of the corolla, or we can say the petals. By looking the petals, we can distinguish, we can find out what kinds of the flower, what kinds of the color of that flower. Okay, so now these two parts, this is the first part is the calyx, and second part is known as a corolla. And it was erased, I'm gonna make it right. Okay, so now these two first second part is done. So now we are moving for the third and fourth part of the flower by drawing a figure once again. it will be clear all the four parts of the flower. So look here, the third one. I'm gonna drawing here sidewise, going to draw a figure. uh, so first we will discuss the parts of two other parts of the flower. That is, first one is, third one is known as a androecium. It is the it is male part of the flower. Mainly in this one androecium there is a three things. First, three parts, male parts. In the androecium there is a three parts. First one is known as a filament. Second, anther. Third, pollen grain. Like this, there is a fourth part is known as a gynoecium. It is the female part of the flower. There is a also there is a three parts of the female part of the flower. First one is known as a stigma. Second is known as style, and the third is known as ovary. So this is the third and the fourth androecium. It is a male part of the flower, and it has a three parts, that is the filament, anther, and pollen grain. And the fourth part of the gynoecium, it is the female part of the flower. And there is a three parts of the in a gynoecium. The first one is known as stigma, and the second one is style, and the third is ovary. So these are all the four parts is done, but these two parts is remaining. I'm gonna to draw here a diagram by which we will understand about these two parts. Okay, so let us find out here. See here, I'm gonna drawing once again. The diagram will be clear all the parts of the flower. This one, so understand, you're familiar with this, one, and this is known as a stem. This is known as a stem, or we can say pedicel, and this one is known as a thalamus, where all the forces of the flower occurs. That is known as thalamus. And you are also familiar with this one. This is known as a sepal. But what is the main work of the sepal? To provide a protection of the buds of the flower. So sepal is a group of the sepal. It will be known as a calyx. So we can say this calyx is always looks in a green. Okay, so look here, another one. Okay, so we're gonna understand that the first one androecium, and you can see here. So first we will understand about the male parts, that is the androecium. First is filament. Second is anther, and third is pollen grain. So you are looking this part that this one was this line is known as, that is occurs like a line. Okay, this part is known as a filament, and this circle is known as an anther. This circle is known as an anther on the flower. and there is a lots of pollen grain like a dot dot. This dot dot is known as a pollen grains. In this side is also, this side is also. So this is known as also filament, and this is also filament, we can say. And this is you're looking the points, the dot in the circle is known, we moving this side, okay, the dots in the circle is known as a pollen grain, pollen grain. So it was the male parts of the flower, male parts of the flower. Now we will discuss about the female parts of the flower. So look here, female parts of the flower. In the female parts of the flower, we will move female, that is gynoecium, gynoecium. First one, it is this one, you're looking, this one is known as a stigma, stigma. It is the female part of the, and this one is known as a, this one is known as a style, you can say this is known as a style. And you're looking this one, okay, this is known as a ovary, ovary. So this is the female part of the flower. So we can say here that the stigma, female part of the flower is the, there is a gynoecium. In this one there is a three parts of the flower, that there are three parts, which one known as a stigma, second style, third ovary. So this is the whole parts of the flower. In this one we have seen here. And now like a bee, suppose I'm gonna give example, suppose a bee is here, okay, and there is a, on the legs of the bees there is a pollen grains are pasted, okay. So now that pollen grains will be the pollen grains to coming of the pollen grains from the anther parts coming in a pollen tube stigma is known as the pollination. What is the pollination? Pollen grains, if the pollen grains comes in a stigma, it will be known as a pollination. But when this pollen grains comes here and this pollen grains goes in ovary, then that will be called as a fertilization. So this is the basic topic of the flower. So thank you for looking here, and we will meet in the second video, okay, that will be discuss about the kinds of the flower.